Hello lovely students and welcome back to English with Lucy. Today is an incredibly important lesson. We are finally going to work out what your English level is. A1, A2, B1, B2 or even C1 or the top level, C2. It's so important to know and understand your level of English because it helps you decide how to proceed with your learning journey. In this lesson, we are going to go through a couple of questions at each level so you can understand your English ability. Quickly, let's just revisit what the CEFR levels actually are. This is the Common European Framework of Reference. It divides English into 6 levels. We have A1 and A2, the beginner levels, with A1 considered absolute beginner. We have B1 and B2, the intermediate levels, and then C1 and C2, the advanced levels. C2 is a near native level of language. All right, let's get started with this test. We'll start with the beginner questions and work our way up to the advanced questions. I'll give you a few seconds to think about each answer before revealing the correct answer. Okay, A1, question 1. To read books every day. It should be B, likes. She likes to read books every day. Number 2, I have 2 and 1 brother. Which answer is correct? It should be D, sisters. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. And number 3, I can't see very well. Have you seen my... What should it be? It should be C, glasses. Okay, if you pass those 3 questions, it's likely you have an A1 level, but let's test for A2. 1, my mum is... than my dad. It should be B, taller. My mum is taller than my dad. If you study, you, the test. What should it be? It should be A, will pass. If you study, you will pass the test. And number 3, which of these sentences is correct? I'll give you a bit of extra time here. It should be C, they want to go with us. Did you get everything right? If so, it's likely you have an A2 level. Let's move on to the intermediate levels. Firstly, B1. Number 1, Jared, early in the afternoon. Which one's correct? It should be B, will be arriving. Jared will be arriving early in the afternoon. Let's try number 2. Which question was most likely asked based on this response? I have never been to Paris. Here are the options. Which question was it? It should be D, have you ever been to Paris? And 3, report this sentence correctly. I have to work tomorrow. Which one should it be? It should be D. He said he had to work the following day. Did you get all of those right? If so, it's likely that you have a B1 level. Okay, let's try B2, upper intermediate. This is where it starts to get really challenging. Number 1, he have said that to you, but at least he apologized. Which should it be? It should be B, shouldn't. He shouldn't have said that to you, but at least he apologized. 2, choose the relative clause in this sentence here. It should be B, who moved to the country 3 years ago. And number 3, choose the correct sentence out of these 4. It's A. If you had learned the lyrics, you would be singing in the choir. Did you get all of them right? If so, it's likely you have a B2 level option. Okay, it's time. We move on to the advanced levels, the C levels. We'll start with C1. Number 1, after 9 years of marriage, we decided to get a divorce, but we separated. What should it be? It should be B. On good terms. We separated on good terms. Number 2, we have developed several new for market research to streamline our ongoing. Which should it be? It should be A, criteria and analyses. We have developed several new criteria to streamline our ongoing analyses. And number 3, which of these sentences uses the passive perfect infinitive correctly? It should be D. Alejandro should have been informed of these changes. Did you get all of them right? If so, it's likely that you speak English to a C1 level. Let's move on to our final highest level, proficiency level, C2. Number 1, his lack of and general unhappy nature contrasted sharply with the extreme composure and humour of his brother. Which should it be? It should be C, charisma. Charisma. Extra points for correct pronunciation. Charisma. Number 2, which idiom could replace the underlined portion of this sentence? It's B, to go back on his word. To go back on his word, to not fulfill a promise. And number 3, the department head of finance assured me that this matter as quickly as possible. It should be would be dealt with. Would be dealt with. Did you get all of those correct? If so, it's likely that you have a C2 level or you are a native speaker, although I assure you lots of native speakers would not be able to achieve this level, especially in an exam.
Es hora de descubrir tu nivel de inglés de acuerdo al CEFR. Este es un estándar internacional que divide el idioma en 6 niveles. A1, A2, nivel básico, principiante. B1, B2, nivel intermedio. C1, C2, nivel avanzado. En este video tenemos 6 preguntas en cada nivel, 36 preguntas en total. Les voy a dar unos segundos para pensar en las respuestas antes de revelarlas. Me gustaría que anotes tus respuestas y me digas al final del video cuántas acertaste y hasta qué nivel llegaste sin fallar. Vamos a empezar con el nivel básico, A1. Number 1. He to school by bus. B. Goes. He goes to school by bus. Number 2. The cat on the chair. C. Sits. The cat sits on the chair. Number 3. Are you from? C. Where? Where are you from? Number 4. Michael is brother. B. Are. Michael is our brother. Number 5. The pen is the table. B. On. The pen is on the table. Number 6. I drink coffee day. A. Every. I drink coffee every day. Si respondiste por lo menos 5 de estas 6 preguntas correctamente, es probable que tengas un nivel de inglés A1. Bueno, ahora vamos a pasar al nivel A2. Número 1. His homework last night. A. Did. He did his homework last night. Number 2. They. A party next weekend. D. Are having. They are having a party next weekend. Number 3. My sister is. Then my brother. C. Younger. My sister is younger than my brother. Number 4. You like another cup of coffee? D. Would. Would you like another cup of coffee? Number 5. Their house last year. B. Sold. They sold their house last year. Number 6. If I enough money, I will buy a new car. A. Have. If I have enough money, I will buy a new car. Si respondiste por lo menos 5 de estas 6 preguntas correctamente, es probable que tengas un nivel de inglés A2. Bueno, ahora continuemos con la prueba de inglés. Vamos a pasar al nivel B1. Number 1. She enjoys to music while driving. B. Listening. She enjoys listening to music while driving. Number 2. She was in the movie. A. Interested. She was interested in the movie. Number 3. We haven't decided where to go for vacation. B. Still. We still haven't decided where to go for vacation. Number 4. If I $1 million, I would buy a house. C. Had. If I had $1 million, I would buy a house. Number 5. Her homework since she got home from school. A. Has been doing. She has been doing her homework since she got home from school. Number 6. My boss is very and never gives up. D. Determined. My boss is very determined and never gives up. Entonces, si respondiste por lo menos 5 de estas 6 preguntas correctamente, es probable que tu nivel de inglés sea B1. Ahora 6 preguntas en el nivel B2. Number 1. She is in a fast-paced work environment. B. Used to working. She is used to working in a fast-paced work environment. She's used to working in a fast-paced work environment. Number 2. If I studied harder, I would passed the test. A, had, have. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the test. Number 3, the test was difficult. I passed with flying colors. C, nevertheless. The test was difficult. Nevertheless, I passed with flying colors. Number 4, Tom spent all of his money on a new car. He couldn't afford to go on vacation. D, as a result. Tom spent all of his money on a new car. As a result, he couldn't afford to go on vacation. Number 5, her gaze made it difficult to maintain eye contact. D, piercing. Her piercing gaze made it difficult to maintain eye contact. And number 6, she is to the course despite her busy work schedule. B, planning, attend. She's planning to attend the course despite her busy work schedule. Muy bien, si respondiste la mayoría de estas preguntas correctamente, es probable que tu nivel de inglés sea B2. Ahora vamos a empezar con las preguntas para el nivel C1. Number 1. Up in a bilingual household, she grew up speaking both English and Spanish fluently. A, having been brought up in a bilingual household, she grew up speaking both English and Spanish fluently. Number 2, she have made it to the meeting on time if she hadn't missed the train. D, could. She could have made it to the meeting on time if she hadn't missed the train. Number 3, the report to have been completed by the end of the week, but there were unforeseen delays. A, was expected. The report was expected to have been completed by the end of the week, but there were unforeseen delays. Number 4, let's get the most important points out of the way before we move on to the details. D, cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase and get the most important points out of the way before we move on to the details. Number 5, I told my girlfriend a joke about paper, and she said it was B, terrible. I told my girlfriend a joke about paper, and she said it was terrible. And number 6, his words were A, in the night, providing comfort and guidance. B, beacon. His words were a beacon in the night, providing comfort and guidance. ¿Cómo te fue? Si respondiste la mayoría de estas preguntas correctamente, es probable que tengas un nivel de inglés avanzado, un nivel C1. Ahora estamos en el nivel más avanzado, C2. Number 1. The politician's speech was leaving many listeners uncertain about his position on the issue. B. Ambiguous. The politician's speech was ambiguous, leaving many listeners uncertain about his position on the issue. Number 2. The author's use of language was conveying a sense of longing and nostalgia throughout the novel. A. Lyrical. The author's use of language was lyrical, conveying a sense of longing and nostalgia throughout the novel. Number 3. The speaker employs in this argument to appeal to the audience's emotions and values. C. Anecdote. The speaker employs an anecdote in this argument to appeal to the audience's emotions and values. Number 4. She always knows how to make me feel better. She is in my life. C. A ray of sunshine. She always knows how to make me feel better. She's a ray of sunshine in my life. Number 5. Oh, great. Another meeting. That's just what I needed, said John with a tone of voice. A. Sarcastic. Oh, great. Another meeting. That's just what I needed, said John with a sarcastic tone of voice. Number 6. Which of the following statements best describes the implicit meaning in the following sentence? Although he seemed confident, she detected a hint of uncertainty in his voice. C. The man's confidence was undermined by his own self-doubt. Llegamos hasta el final. Si respondiste la mayoría de estas preguntas correctamente, tienes un nivel de inglés bastante avanzado.